Welcome to the new RSO training module. In this particular module, we will talk about what is student involvement and leadership, what are some student organization requirements, and what are some basic policies you need to know. So what is student involvement and leadership? Student involvement and leadership is an office within the Division of Student Affairs. We exist to help students create their Duke experience as a whole. We work with all students, undergraduate, graduate, and professional students. We also help them strive to increase their sense of belonging through involvement and leadership experiences. But lastly, but not least, we believe that leadership is not necessarily positional and can be learned at any stage in life. So overall, we are the people on campus who will help you create that Duke experience through various avenues of involvement. Some of our portfolio looks like leadership initiatives, DUU or Duke University Union, Duke MPHC, Duke MGC, Next Level Leadership, the Summit and the Series, Duke True North Leadership, SOFC, DSG, Duke Groups, just to name a few. The new RSO status, you will be held to student organization requirements like every other student organization. Some of the student org requirements include register your organization annually when it opens. You will get an email when that opens. Register any event that you have on Duke Groups, that is a requirement. Attend the Next Level Leadership Summit. The summit happens in the fall semester of each academic year, and it only happens in the fall semester of each academic year. Participate in the Next Level Leadership Series that happens throughout the academic year, the fall and the spring semesters. Complete finance training, complete inclusion training, and attend social host workshop. The Next Level Leadership Series is a training and educational session series designed to inform students about policies related to student organizations, give students tangible skills they can use in the organization, the classroom, and a workplace setting, along with some other things. So you're going to have to attend the Next Level Leadership Summit. And again, that happens in the fall semester of each academic year. Attend 3 Next Level Leadership Series sessions. You need to do 3 for the entire academic year, not 3 per semester. As you exit the new RSO status, these will become important for you to know and complete. Right now, you do not need to do that as a new student organization who has just been approved for RSO status. And then at the end of your Next Level Leadership Series sessions, you need to complete the post-event survey for each event, and that is how you will get credit for your organization. Attending a social host workshop is also a requirement. Social hosts are sober, active bystanders that assist in promoting safe social behaviors to ensure that events ends well for all those attending. It is open to all students. It is required when hosting an event with alcohol or involving alcohol, and the training is valid for the entire academic year. So that's going to need to happen each year. Some policies that are pertinent to know as a new RSO. Event registration. All student organization events must be registered on Duke Groups. It must be registered at least 5 days in advance. The system will not allow it otherwise. If you're trying to upload it 3 days before your event, it will not allow it. And it will trigger approvals from necessary campus offices and departments to ensure that all bases are covered with your event. Events involving alcohol, again, must be registered on Duke groups. They must have trained social hosts, so they need to go to that social host workshop that I just talked about. Must include how alcohol will be provided during the event registration period, and cannot involve minors at all. Youth protection at Duke. Duke works with about 60,000 minors on an annual basis. So if minors under the age of 18 are the target audience, specifically invited, performing, or actively participating in an event, it must be registered. Register on Duke groups and with the Youth Protection Office. So if your organization is doing anything with anyone under the age of 18, whether you are trying to do some volunteer work in the community, if you're inviting them to participate and learn how to dance from your organization, if you're doing any sort of tutoring for them, you must register that event on Duke groups and with the Youth Protection Office. All staff, that means the adults running their program or event, so that could be you, your members, they must complete a background check every 3 years, complete the youth protection training annually, so each year, and participate or complete a participation agreement each time you have an event. One participation agreement does not cover all your events. If you plan on traveling outside of the Durham County, it must be registered on Duke groups. All international travel must also be registered with Global Health and Safety. That is just good for them to know in case something happens wherever you are. They can contact the necessary people to ensure that you get back to Duke and Durham safely, and that they can help you in your time of need should there be something that you need. Hazing, it is prohibited on Duke's campus. It is prohibited across the board. And hazing is defined as any action taken or situation created that is potentially harmful to an individual's well-being, regardless of the individual's willingness to participate or its bearing on membership status. It is a class 2 misdemeanor in the state of North Carolina, so please be aware that hazing is against the law in the state of North Carolina. If your organization ever finds themselves needing to do or planning a protest, a picket, a demonstration, or a vigil, we ask that students remember the use of university facilities and properties for these events must follow specific guidelines, which I will talk about next. Those specific guidelines that I was referring to include it must occur during generally allowed times, and that generally allowed time is from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. Any picket, protest, demonstration, or vigil outside of those hours will require special approval. It cannot occur in a library, a classroom, an administrative office, a residence hall, any health facilities to prevent with the interference of university functions. It cannot block egress pathways inside of buildings. It must comply with the university noise ordinances. Sound amplification equipment may only be used with prior approval and within specified timeframes to prevent disruption to classes or university operations, and cannot engage in behavior that threatens the safety, causes any property damage, or obstructs traffic in any way. So that is just really good information to know should you find yourself needing to do a picket, a protest, a demonstration, or a vigil. Banking information, again, as I said in the email sent to you, once you complete your new student organization modules, your fund code will be released to you. All banking and financial transactions for student organizations should be managed by the university. Student organizations should not have an off campus bank account. Additionally, if you are considering any sponsorships, any financial sponsorship greater than $1,500 must be reviewed and approved by the Student Involvement and Leadership Office to ensure that you're not getting taken advantage of, that you're not finding yourself in a predicament where you are responsible for more than you can bear as an organization. That completes this module. So if you have any questions about any of the policies listed in this module, feel free to email us at leadership@duke.edu or stop by the Bryan Center. We're in Suite 101.